Emma Chamberlain's using her money in the craziest way possible, and everyone's concerned. Things got heated after influencer Trisha Paytas recently called her out because of how she doesn't check on her money.
This is why I feel like there's certain people who shouldn't go outside the platforms that they have control over. There are certain people that just become more and more unlikable.
Emma claims she's completely clueless about how much money she actually has, and that she leaves it to her family and managers. And Trisha Paytas isn't the only one who thinks that's irresponsible.
She is way beyond a YouTuber at this point, and I think that that is part of the reason why a lot of Emma fans are feeling left in the dust.
Her fans are starting to think that Emma might just be way too rich now, which is why she's gotten out of touch. But this isn't the first time people felt this way. When the YouTube superstar transitioned to doing podcasts, her old fans were not happy with what she had to say.
I genuinely don't say this to be rude, but Emma Chamberlain's podcast genuinely is just a girl that needs to go to college.
She became a hot topic after people noticed that she's always yapping about the same stuff. They think that college would give her real-world experience and make her relatable. But Emma thinks that you don't need to go to college to be successful.
I was able to ask myself for the first time, do you want to go to college? I realized not going made me feel light and open and energized, even though that was a really risky decision.
And she's letting her success speak for itself. She bagged an impressive deal with Spotify for her podcast, and even won an award in the process.
I'm just so grateful that you guys tune in and listen to me ramble about literally nothing for like 45 minutes every week. It means a lot to me.
But it gets even better, because she's a self-made millionaire who hosts the Met Gala, has a booming coffee business, and is an ambassador for big brands like Cartier and Louis Vuitton. But her loyal fans still defended her.
I do think a lot of the thoughts that she shares are probably some thoughts that people in their teens are having, and maybe that's the audience that she's catering for.
These people also think that Emma never really changed the way she makes her content.
It makes a lot of sense to me that Emma started as a vlogger, so the capture the moment as is essence is still very much stylistically present in her podcast.
To them, her older audience simply grew up, and that her newer content is not for them. In fact, she's been called out for something entirely different, and it shocked the internet.
So this person wore this really cool neck piece to the Met Gala, and people recognized it from somewhere. It formerly belonged to the Maharaja of Patiala.
People were outraged and said that this was disrespectful, but other people had different thoughts.
I have a feeling that if Emma knew, she probably wouldn't have worn it.
All of Emma's success wasn't enough to protect her from the haters, so she took a break from social media to take care of her mental health. But eventually, she found the insane strength to get back up from the controversies, because at the end of the day, the fact still stands that Emma's doing well for herself. This queen was dealt a bad hand, but she stayed strong and still remained successful. Do you think that Emma's an Iron Queen for not letting all the hate stop her from becoming more successful?